Red alert. Red alert.
And now, live from our Fox newsroom, an anchorman is upset with atheists. Our cartoon today shows an anchorman mentioning all things atheism is not doing. Things that are, ironically, what religious people are doing, or have done in the past. Realizing that atheists really haven't done anything wrong, the anchor jumps to the conclusion that atheists must be up to something. Why? Well, because they're evil Satan-worshipping atheists. They must be up to no good. The creator of this cartoon is trying to communicate a two-part message. First, that atheism is innocent and benign compared to the horrors that religion has brought into the world. And second, that despite the innocence of atheism, atheists are still hated on by those who disagree with the worldview, as the news anchor displays continued distrust of atheists despite a lack of evidence warranting that distrust. Hence, the cartoon establishes that not only is religion bad, but atheism is good, so stop hating atheists.
I'm gonna punch you in the ovary. That's what I'm gonna do. A straight shot.
Ooh, ow.
Right to the baby maker.
Whoa, easy, Ron. Easy. Now, of course, there isn't much to rebut regarding people who are suspicious of atheists and don't like them. There will always be haters out there who hate others despite having no good reason to. That issue is just far too diverse and subjective to tackle here. But what can be examined is the claim that religion is evil and violent, and atheism is as tame as a puppy taking a nap. Wow, that is pretty cute. But puppies also tear apart your furniture and crap all over the place. So let's see if atheism is quite as angelic and peaceful as our cartoon claims it is. Sure, atheists may not have blown themselves up in a busy train station or flown an airplane into a building. Oh, except for those times in the Vietnam War when Viet Cong fighters did, and when the Lebanese Communist Party did in the 1980s. Oh, and wasn't there that one atheist guy, Leon Trotsky, who encouraged violent acts of terrorism for a political revolution? Of course not. That's must all be made up. And sure, atheists don't blame natural disasters on God and get their morals from Bronze Age edicts. In fact, atheists don't really have any basis for morals at all, as atheists Dr. William Provine and Richard Dawkins and Thomas Huxley and Michael Roos and other famous atheists have admitted. Sure, atheists never fought a war over atheism, because atheists don't start wars, except for that time Napoleon Bonaparte and Benito Mussolini and Mao Zedong and all those guys started wars. But hey, the war wasn't over atheism, so that must make their wars okay. Sure, atheists never oppress minorities or deny medical treatment to people. They just, instead ship Burmese civilians into forced labor camps and execute monks. And isn't there that guy who's currently running a country full of torture and forced labor camps where people have no civil or religious liberties? And there's also another guy, I think, that committed mass genocide back in the 70s. Oh yeah, Joseph Stalin. He may not have oppressed a minority per se, because he just simply oppressed everyone. Because he's responsible for the deaths of millions. Then there was Vladimir Lenin and the Bolshevik Red Terror. Hey, I guess they don't count. And hello, yeah, atheists were never behind witch hunts or stonings. They just instead like to eat other humans and have sex with dead bodies, or brainwash hundreds of people into committing suicide. Or, hey, shoot people over parking spots. I know how I can get when someone takes my parking spot. And certainly atheists don't riot when a cartoon comes out mocking their leader. In fact, atheists never get upset about anything or break any laws. They're all perfect, pleasant, law-abiding citizens, and they most certainly would never desecrate someone's grave. Now, I'm sure atheists watching this naturally feel compelled to react with excuses and rebuttals to explain the reasoning behind these despicable acts that have occurred at the hands of atheists that I've mentioned. For example, many of the atheists I've noted were communist, so a common rebuttal is that their behavior is attributed to communism, not their atheism. But in acknowledging this, you open the door to reasoning that likewise pardons religion. First, by rebutting the claims I made here, you have to break the generalizations made about atheists. You say, those atheists don't represent all atheists or atheism in general. This argument likewise applies to religious people. Name-dropping a lot of bad things religious people have done in the past should not logically be extended to all religious people and religion in general. Second, just as there may be other reasons why these atheists did the things they did, unrelated to their atheistic beliefs, there are surely other reasons many religious people have done the things they did, unrelated to their religion. Because heinous acts of violence, war, and discrimination aren't solely driven by whether you believe or do not believe in God. To think this way would be to overlook the countless other factors that lead to violent acts, like sociology, psychology, economy, politics, etc. So just what are those atheists up to? Well, since they're human beings, they're capable of anything and everything other religious human beings have also done and still do. Because this issue isn't an issue of religion and atheism. It's an issue of psychology, politics, money, society, culture, and most importantly, human nature. Humans always have and always will do heinous things to each other, whether religious or atheist. Christians believe this human nature to harm and destroy is sin, from which God provided an atonement for the sin in the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, and to provide guidance to overcome the sin in our lives. Now, I'm sure many of you don't believe in that, and I understand. We can agree to disagree. But to say atheists are these innocent people who can do no wrong, well, it's pretty naive and fallacious, and it's ignorant of world history. Thank you for watching Red Rebuttal. Please feel free to comment below with your thoughts and opinions on the video. If you like my work, please be sure to like or share my videos. More importantly, if you have any anti-Christian memes or cartoons you want rebutted, email me at redrebuttal@gmail.com.